Good evening, everybody. We are going to take a look at the map. So we spent 5 hours yesterday working on it. 5 hours. And I woke up this morning and I took a look at it and I decided it's bad. So this is going to be a very short stream. I'm going to keep the lights off because I don't want to deal with it right now. And I'll show you what I've been working on. It's 1 a.m. for you. It's almost midnight for me. My time is at the top right here. That's my time. So yes, F for lights. You know what? You know, I could do it. I could do it. It's just so bright. It's so bright. I just wanna chill. We're just gonna relax. So here's what I've been working on, guys. I significantly modified the map. So the streams are not real. The streams, yeah, cozy stream. Just a it's not OF. Yes, how will you see the chair? I will turn the lamp on. I will turn the lamp on. Yeah, so this is very different. Basically, what I've done is I've shrunken the map considerably. We were at a 1-to-1 scale before, and now we're at about 1 to 2.5. So this is considerably smaller. I've made it not quite as tall, and I've gotten rid of all the streams. I think that this is going to work out really well, though. What it came down to for me was I just looked around the map, and I looked for an Esri hydrology map. Let me show you this. It's important. So this map shows all the streams in the world and all the lakes. And when I looked at this area, only one little canal showed up. And that made me think everything that we did yesterday was wrong. It was wrong. All of the aqueducts were wrong. So then I had map maker extraordinaire Poplar Ponderosa messaging me, talking about how I could get rid of all the streams on the map. So I adjusted the stream depth to 0, and that got rid of all the streams. Then I decided to adjust the map size. So we were at actually this is a 2-to-1 now. It was about 60 before. So we ended up with only a portion of the map in the actual buildable area. So I took that and I modified it to 120 kilometers, which fits the entire island within the buildable area. And the starting tiles are right in the center. So yeah, the height ratio then is half. So I that caused everything to fit within this. And it just, to me, the map just looks a ton better now, a ton more realistic, and just a ton more buildable. So I've been going through, before I started this impromptu stream, I decided to basically go and create some buildable areas where you could start your cities. And I just think it's better. So yeah, I don't know. I erased Roman history. We've just completely knocked it out. You couldn't make the stream last night. You know, it didn't matter because I eliminated the entire stream. And the funny thing is, I promised that there was a 70% chance of a stream tonight, and I thought about it after I woke up. I had a date night with my wife planned, so this couldn't have happened unless it was 11:55 p.m. my time. You were at the 70% chance of a stream. 70% still leaves 30% chance for failure. And up until 11 o'clock, it was like, what am I drinking? Diet Coke. Coke Zero Cherry. Super exciting. Date night went great. It was great. As a married man, you get it. Yeah. So they have this thing at our local YMCA where it's parents' night out, so you can drop your kids off, and they don't do it often. But when you get the opportunity and you remember, you should probably do it. And like, gosh, what was it? 2 months ago, I booked it. I think when I decided to go to California, I was like, I'm gonna also book this. So it's something that my wife and I can look forward to. So I went out, had some really good Thai food tonight, and the kids got to watch a movie. It was good. It was good. Pepsi Max is the best. I used to like Pepsi. I don't know why. I kind of just stopped, and now it's all Coke for me. Cherry Pepsi Zero for you this evening. Sounds like I should try that at some point. You get a mulligan. Yeah, everyone gets a mulligan tonight. But this map, honestly, this went from being a map that I was a little bit embarrassed of. Like at the end, when I was looking at it this morning, I was like, gosh, this is not going to be a fun map to build on. Like it ultimately, I hope that the map is fun for everyone to build on for the competition. But it'd be really cool if I made a map that people actually want to use outside of that. And now I think that there is a slight chance. There's a slight chance. Add one stream. QZ, just for you, I will add one stream right here. The other reason I'm doing that is the hydrology map says that there should be one stream right about there. So we'll add that one. Jones Cream Soda is so good. So good. You love last year's limited time Oreo Coke Zero? I never had that. I feel like I probably would have liked it. But I also feel like anything that makes my Coke Zero addiction worse than it is, I should probably avoid. Because at my office, I have coffee and Coke Zero. I'm constantly drinking caffeine to the point that I don't think it impacts me anymore. Short of that, I can't exist without it now. So that's a problem. Pepsi flavored Coke? You must be from Texas. What kind of Coke would you like? A Pepsi, please. Quest Ops, thank you so much for the tier 1. Appreciate you. You don't drink soda? Ocarina, that's better for you. Listen, if I could enjoy my life without drinking soda, I think I would. But I like it too much. That's one of the reasons why. I mean, I went to Atlanta, and one of the places I knew that I had to visit was the World of Coke. Or is it called the World of Coke? The Coke Museum. Dr. Pepper Zero is a superior soda. Dr. Pepper is the second best soda. Like if I had to choose just two sodas for the rest of my life, it would be Coke Zero and Dr. Pepper, Diet Dr. Pepper, for sure. Pepsi's fine. It's just not as good. Like I'll drink it if I have to, but I feel like it's just not as good. A man of culture. Just a regular old caffeine addict over here, enjoying drinking way too much soda. So the other thing that we discussed, just back to the map making for a second. I think I'm gonna do something pretty silly when it comes to the way to access the island. I think I'm gonna have a tunnel basically popping out of the center of the island. You can't do, I mean, I don't know if Poplar's here, but Poplar would say this a million times over. You can't do a fully remote start right now. So we have to fudge it somehow, but I want it to feel like this is a remote island and people, like, basically, this isn't a hint, but I would be personally disappointed if there wasn't a harbor on the island. Personally. You don't have to build one, but I think it'd be a shame not to. And I think if I put one on the map, it would be too leading. 2 leading. Can I send you a spotted cow? Are you in Illinois? Because when I hear that, it just makes me think that you're in Illinois and you'd like a spotted cow. But you have to drive 90 miles per hour down the highway to get one. Oregon. Oh, actually, Fiero driver, we could have some sort of a cultural exchange because, gosh, what is it? One of my favorite beers, Session. Session is in Oregon, and I can't get it here. When I lived in Denver, though, my beer of choice was Session. So I tell you what, you send me some Session, and I will send you. I'll send you all the spotted cow you want. There we go. What's the harbor look like? Unscaled to the island? Oh, I see what is it? What? Let's see. Here's the cargo harbor. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Guys, we're not going to play those games. I'm not coming on here to lose the map. I didn't save it yet. Greetings from down under. Well, thank you for being here. Oh, you know what? Oh my goodness. I did it again. I can't see YouTube. All these YouTubers are on here talking. Like Robert over there. And I can't see you. This is the problem with me being an impromptu streamer. I'm not even, it signed me out. Oh, that's irritating. Give me 1 second. YouTube. StreamerBot's YouTube quota has been exceeded. And as a result, it wouldn't let me sign in. Now I'm signed in. And I can't see you guys. Now I double clicked. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna close all of StreamerBot and see if I can talk to YouTube again. Otherwise, YouTube, I'm gonna just suggest tonight something you're not gonna like, which is if you want to talk to me, Twitch might be the place to do it. Oh, no. I can see YouTube now. Although I'm getting the warning about quota being exceeded. I see Ace in the hole saying, 2 days in a row. JD, yeah, I'm a real streamer. Now, I when you decide to fully undo a stream, I feel like it's only respectful to come back and let you guys know what's going on. Town out of the coast, Florence. Pro streamer in the house indeed. You're an avid YouTube guy, but you moved to Twitch for streams. Yeah, Matthew, I did remember you. I still can't see you guys, I don't think. So anyone on YouTube that wants to chat for real, you probably should chat from YouTube, chat from Twitch, because I don't know that I'm getting all the messages. You prefer YouTube stream? It came to drop a sub and now you're stuck? Well, K-Stops, thank you so much. And sorry, YouTube. I love you guys. Like Jacob, I see that you just finished college classes for the year. Congratulations. But yeah, I'm probably going to miss most of the chats because it's broken. And I don't know that I can fix it. Yeah. It's super broken. Anyway, off to bed. Robert, have a good night. Okay. So let's try the harbor like we mentioned, or like it was mentioned. I can't turn on the contour lines. So the cargo harbor would absolutely take up this entire area. So if you wanted to add it in, you're probably going to have to get creative. You might have to build up your own area. Let's see, the passenger harbor. Passenger's a lot easier. Honestly, that's kind of sick. It fits perfectly. It fits perfectly. So I think you could figure it out. Hope any of your St. Louis friends are doing okay tonight. Yeah, St. Louis dealt with the same kinds of storms that we dealt with north of you guys. So hopefully you guys are okay. Do we have any bridges and ports or an ETA? We do not. And even if I did have an ETA, if I were to divulge the ETA, I would have to terminate my YouTube account. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Don't quote me on that, but that I think that's the punishment. Maybe they let me keep Twitch. I'm not 100% sure. Probably not. Is that the new video coming Monday? No. And even if it were, I couldn't tell you. Is there even a new video coming Monday? There's definitely a video coming in less than 8 hours. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. Less than 10 hours. Saguna Beach. I'm building things that will horrify Europeans. But that Australians, New Zealanders, North Americans, you'll all get it. You might not like it, but you'll get it. So I'm already gonna say it. Anyone from Europe, I'm very, very sorry. You will probably very much dislike the next build. Or you'll like it because you'll hate it. One of the two. Even as American, those lots are too big. Agreed. Hard agree. But also, they exist. You got to build ugly to build good sometimes. That's going to be the goal. Too barren? It's the time of day. So I don't want to encourage people to go load the save until they've watched the episode, but the save is out there now. If you look at like 10 in the morning or early afternoon, some of the lots fill up. Not fill up, but they get some activity. They don't look so stupid. The unfortunate thing, I forget to do this sometimes with the tours. I really need to make sure that I go into the dev menu and fast forward to the peak period, because if I don't do that, everything looks dead and stupid. And I wish that there was a way to disable kind of the rush hour mechanic, but there's not. So I guess I could lock the time, but that also feels artificial. I don't know. Maybe I should do Biffa has a mod where cars don't despawn, or he's used it. Maybe I just need to be like Biffa and do that. Looks like a Buc-ee's would fit the new build. Maybe the Buc-ee's is in the new build. You love that mod? QZ, what's the name of that mod? There's like it's a car despawning. Oh, Lenny. Thank you so much for the gifted subs, dude. Hopefully your brother's doing better today. Planner Duck, 43 months. 43 months, Planner Duck. We get Lenny over here dropping gifties. We got Planner Duck with 43 months of being an associate planner on YouTube. That is wild. Surprise stream, 3 Irish mules in. Hopefully you're having a good night, Duck. Enjoy and thanks. Why have you done this? Thank you for the prime. Serve, thank you so much for the Severo, thank you for the gifted sub and the prime for 3 months. You also prefer to watch on YouTube, but it looks like you'll have the stream open on 2 tabs tonight. Glad you'll get to watch live. Thank you. Also, I don't think I was supposed to read that one live. Twitch Twitch will do some nasty things to me. Jay, thank you for 13 months of tier 1. Tuning in a little late. What's this map based on? This is based on Elba, Italy. So Tuscany. So it's a real height map, but I've adjusted it to make it more buildable and hopefully a little bit more friendly. I think this map is going to be sick now, I think. I really feel good about it. The mod is called No Vehicle Despawn. Yeah, Naxos Grease looks so cool looking. This is going to be good too. I should do No Vehicle Despawn in Magnolia County and see what happens. Maybe the next, I tell you what, the next stream, why don't we do that? Just to like see what happens. Make the mountains tall again. It looked, okay, I'll show you what it looked like. We're not going to keep it, but I'll show you exactly what, I can't even really fully show it to you. Guys, remember this number. Yes, I will save. I will save because there's the chance I break this right now is it's pretty high. So if I were to return this, $4092 is I think what it wanted. It's just not buildable. Like these areas that I've just added, you could work with, and the mountains look really impressive, but it's just a lot. It's just a lot. And I don't think that this is at all representative of the real world. So that's why I took it down to 1596, which I think just feels a little better. What do you guys think? Wait, that is the real world? Maybe right. You might be right. That might be the real world. I don't think it'll be fun. What do you guys think? Was I off base? Oh, we can actually see. Oh yeah, look at that. These are 100-meter contour lines, and they are very close. It is just like straight steep. Split the difference. Hold on. You know what? You know what? Would feel good to me is a little street view action. I want to see how it looks. So let's get a. Wonder if we can find like a park or something. It isn't too early to make that one change. Maybe this roundabout actually. Oh, that looks so sick. The clouds right up to the top of the mountain. Unfortunately, that also means I can't see anything. Let's see. You know. I know. I hear what you're saying. I still think it looks steep from the map. If we split the difference, I could probably be okay with this if you guys feel very strongly about it. I could probably be okay with this. So I'm gonna poll you guys. I'll give you one poll. What height scale? 1596, 2500, 4096 or whatever it was. You can buy, no, straight poll, 1 minute. That's it on Twitch. Sorry, YouTube. You don't need a lot of buildable area. People can make their own. I don't really, well, I want to encourage people gently not to go crazy. Measure something you'd find in game. That's what we did for the map that you were playing on, Astro. I don't know. So I don't know that it's gonna. I hear what you're saying, but I think because I've changed the scale of the map, we kind of just need to go on feel. I could be okay with this. This isn't bad. And I think, you know, you're talking about the measuring. When I look at the contour lines, the major contour lines, we got our hundreds right here. They seem they don't seem totally crazy relative to this. They seem kind of similar. So this one, 53% of the vote, 2,500. I think we just roll with it. The only thing that I didn't tell you guys is when I adjust the heights, I've got to play with the water. I've kind of figured it out though. So I have 2 spawn points, one over here and one over here. And when I got rid of the world map, water became a lot easier. So I'm just going to pull this over to where it needs to be and then add 5 to it, basically. Let's see. Actually, I'll add 3. So we'll do 63 on both. That's not gonna be high enough. 64. Then this. And then, by the way, QZ. I was thinking about you before the stream. And I added the song somewhere. Who knows if I can find it. There. Cut the scale in half to 2048. Let me get the water right, and then I'll look at it. I'm curious. So Astro, what do you think that does? You just like it more? Oh, Seabird, thank you so much for the gifted subs. Not Rock Lobster, thank you for the biddies. Riri, thank you for the gifted sub as well. You guys are super generous. Lenny, I missed it. Is your brother doing better today? Are you in a better place mentally? A bop? This is a good one. It's a good one. ACPP, you're making a map for your new city, Freedom Harbor, which is a fictional Anchorage, Alaska, but in a fjord like Juneau. Any tips? The biggest tip I can give you, I still have it up from last night, is... Do I still have it up? Yeah. If you haven't looked at this, and this is for you. If you haven't looked at this, check out this YouTube video by Ancient Swan. I still refer back to it every time I make a map because it's just so incredibly helpful. So I would highly recommend that video. Ancient Swan is really funny too, which I feel like humor elevates anything. So if you can make a video about making maps and skylines entertaining by adding a couple of jokes, it's awesome. Rux underscore, thank you for the 10 months of being associate planner. Oh yeah, first stream in a bit now, you guess. Well, hey, thank you for being here. Oh, you were saying you did that on the Albuquerque map. You were toying with that, but yeah, the original 4096. You cut it in half, seam the scale appropriately with the contours on the map you're using. Oh, I see what you're saying now. Well, and honestly, we're so close to it, it's not going to be a dramatic difference on this one. That would have been smart. Maybe next time I'll have to just cut it in half like that. I think we're close to where we need to be. It seems like sea level doesn't quite line up with where sea level shakes out, at least with the spawn points that I have, but it's at least predictable. And that's good enough for me. So I'm gonna zoom out. It'll fill in a little bit faster if I'm at this level. I just want to make sure the areas that I've already flattened don't flood. And as long as we don't get water up here, I'm gonna call it a win. We'll go with it. Ocarina, what's up? You're building a Russian city on Tampere map. Any tips? Build what you know. That's the best tip. You think about small things around you and build exactly what you see, and really think about the details. That's the best piece of advice I can give you. As far as building a specific Russian city, I mean, I've never been to Russia, so I don't really have a lot of tips there. But yeah, that's exactly what I would do. You're trying to build Newport Beach, but in Magnolia County. I mean, I think that's totally possible. Just change the weather. Yeah, Ziggy's 100% right there. Google Maps for inspiration. Like, that's before every build. There's always a little bit of Google mapping for inspiration. You've got to do it. So if you can that, or if you have a local source, that's even better. Like for me, looking at Esri data is always better. Looking at if you have I don't know what the equivalent would be for you, but we have county sources that will sometimes go and they'll actually fly over areas and do orthophotography, and it's higher resolution. Sometimes they'll take a look at it when the leaves aren't on the trees, which makes it just easier to figure out generally what's going on. You know what, guys? Solid choice. This is a lot better. See, this is why I decided to go live and build with you guys. The team effort, teamwork makes the dream work. That's why. You want to build a custom map of Batesville, Arkansas, and fix the horrible traffic? God, that roadway layout sucks. That is why you got to do it. Riri, how you doing tonight, buddy? I have not been lurking in streams as much as I need to be. I've been very busy the last little while, and now I'm not. All right, I am until I get this map done. Fun emote, that is cool. You want to recreate the 27-lane Katy Highway? Man, Texas, man. Texas, everything is truly bigger in Texas, especially the freeways. I'm gonna give you guys a little buildable area right here. We'll have a little bit of fun. I made another one of these on the other side of the map too. And I'll find a little spot. You guys can figure out what you want to do with this. What? Wrong tool. Like, why is it doing that? God bless Texas and the U.S. Someone needs to tell Texas. The funny thing is, Texas is actually investing in other modes of transportation. But every time that Texas invests in other modes of transportation, they go, you know what we forgot about? We forgot to invest more in more lanes. And guys, we're one lane away from solving all of the traffic problems in Texas. Here's the thing. Texas is clearly a desirable place to live. So what is disappointing to me? And I'm not a Texan, but I went there as a kid because half of my family is from Texas, my mom's side of the family. And people want to live there, yet they're investing in one mode of transportation above all else. And it's a political thing. I don't think it's a planning. I know planners in Texas. And I went to school with planners that plan in Texas. I know that we have similar mentalities about planning, but it doesn't matter how they feel if the money goes to adding one more lane. Yeah, like, it's just silly. As a New Yorker, no, it's not. It's a desirable place for some people. There's a lot of jobs. There's a lower cost of living. Louis Rossman's a New Yorker who thinks that Texas is lovely. I personally like where I'm at. I could never stand the heat. Texans are nuts. I find it's difficult to look at a large group of people, and that you can define large however you want, and just wholesale blanket, they're nuts. That's tough. How many people live in Texas? 25 million? 5 Wisconsins, I think. Something crazy. That's tough. Cost of living is why you stay in Des Moines. You know, I must be insane. If Madison didn't have a super high quality lifestyle, generally, it's Des Moines, I assume, similar. Very expensive relative to the rest of your state. To the point that I have other people throughout the state going, why would you decide to live in Madison when it's so much more expensive than other places in the state? But I think tonight is part of the reason why. Like, I got to go and have super high quality Thai food in a very urban setting, in just a cool place to be. Very similar. Yeah. I mean, it definitely, you look around and you're like, I could live 2 hours away and buy a house for a quarter of what mine costs. But also, growing up, the only options I had for different types of food were Taco John's or pubs. You know, like, there's only so much Hardee's that one man can take before he breaks. I broke. Or going to the Chinese restaurant. It's fine. It was not for me. Yeah, Hardee's. I lived in a community that still has, to this day, when the Hardee's can survive in your community, you know that you have a lack of options. I want to say it's still there. Hold on. Hardee's is still in Rhinelander. For sure. Yeah, right by Walmart. Hardee's. Taco John's couldn't kick it. But Hardee's got that. And by the way, for anyone who's watched the next video, channel members who thinks that what I built is insane, this is the small town I grew up in. This quaint small town with Walmart, Super Walmart, parking lot. This is the Office Max, or the former Office Max, now Tractor Supply, that I worked in for years. Gigantic parking lots. That's that is unfortunately the reality here. So I built what I see. Yes. When I mentioned this way back in the day in Bluffside Crossing, that basically in the US, for better or for worse, for these big boxes, just take the footprint of the building and the parking lot's going to be like the same size, sometimes 1.5 times the size. And it sucks. It's a terrible land use. I mean, this whole area is like just bad land use by bad land use. You know, gigantic big box stores, trailer park, cemetery. Like these are like land uses that like aren't awesome. But that's my hometown. And then there's a cute little walkable downtown that got destroyed by all the big box stores. Gotta love that. But now it's back. Now it's back. Now it's a vibrant place again. Cool places to do things. Anyway, I'm getting carried away. I'm getting distracted. You think it's a few lanes too big in my hometown? Dear God. I'll tell you what. This town has less than 10,000 people. 7,000, I think. 7,900 the last time I checked. There's not even an interstate that goes here. Yet they have this much pavement on the main drag. This is Lincoln Street. Why? What in the hell would merit this much pavement? This is stupid. Like, just reasonably, this town can't afford to plow this much, maintain this much pavement. This is stupid. Like, there's what, maybe one traffic jam a month in this town. So we've got to make sure that we've got enough lanes. That's the kind of thing that happens in these communities. It's not their fault either. This ends up being a state road, and the state says there's freight traffic, so we've got to build this. That's like this road right here didn't exist when I was a kid. It's a bypass to the community that bypasses all the people and really makes this a town that you could skip if you wanted to. Just go straight around it, take the roundabout that everyone hates, drive through the woods, get to Walmart and Tractor Supply, and then head out of Dodge to one of the tourist communities. It's super sad. Super sad. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I still have the message on the screen. That's what I do now. Julie went to your first real strip mall in Tucson for the first time last week. Very interesting. They're everywhere. Google Earth Stream, indeed. Your town at the moment has a single 4-lane road and a second street that is a partial 3-lane in the center. So how big is your town though? British small towns, always the same size, have really narrow roads and compact layout. Steel Airship, that's too smart. So we like to make the roads a little bit wider, a little bit bigger, and the whole rationale for all of it is snow storage or freight traffic. And it's better in some places, but I wouldn't necessarily say that small town Wisconsin, it's not even the small town's fault. Half the time they don't have an engineer on staff. They're either consulting out and the consultant saying, this is what you have to do, or the state's coming through and giving some sort of a warrant for that, which, you know, by warrant, I mean, they're saying that like there's enough traffic to merit adding this lane. And they'll give money to expand, but not to maintain. It sucks. Really, really, really sucks. Not a big fan. 9,000 population, Midwest, typical farm town. So your town is preserving its rural character. I mean, that's good. That's good. Streets like that one that I just was showing you, they can make it feel like a town is vibrant. Like you got your big box store. You're the big town of the community. But they're really killers of the community. I don't want to rant about this town anymore, but I'm going to. Uh, so growing up, I lived next to people who owned this grocery store, or some people, members of the family that owned this grocery store. It went out of business. Actually, sorry, this was Shopko. Shopko went out of business. This right here, it was called Cirilli's Grocery Store. They owned this place, and then Walmart decided to become a super Walmart, put the grocery store out of business, and this grocery store was trying to put the small little local grocery store that I used to work at, Triggs, which still exists because it's far enough away from Walmart. It tried to put them out of business by making this gigantic grocery store. But ultimately, a big box comes in, and it's super convenient to get to because it's got its gigantic parking field, and it puts it out of business, and then they can jack up the prices. But just look at the footprint. This is the Walmart. This is the little grocery store that I worked at, and this was Cirilli's. So Cirilli's at one point was twice the size of Triggs, and the super Walmart just dwarfed all of it. And I remember, I don't want to date myself, I think I've talked about this on stream before though. They had boxes of pancakes, and I had no money in my first apartment. They had boxes of pancakes for 40 cents a box, which at the time was absolutely insane. And I was like, just thinking about caloric intake. I worked at Office Max. I didn't have a lot of money. I worked at Office Max and the grocery store. I could eat pancakes for every meal at 40 cents a box and exist. So for a number of months, that's what I did. And that's why when we go out for breakfast, I don't eat pancakes anymore. Very rarely will I ever eat pancakes because I ate it for months straight. Who buys pancakes in a box? Box mix. All you gotta do is add water. Does a town that small really need a big mall? No. Well, okay. I'm gonna give you some more context. So this is the town. There's nothing around this. So because there's nothing around this, and because like Minocqua right here is a tourist area, Eagle River is a tourist area, everyone that's going through this area, that's going to one of these tourist destinations, not everyone, but many people will swing through Rhinelander. They'll grab their stuff and then they'll leave. So that's why, I mean, and a lot of the people who live in these other communities are willing to drive all the way to Rhinelander because Rhinelander has things that the other communities don't have. Think of like a Kohl's, you know, like if you're going to go shop and not shop at Walmart in your small town, you're coming to Rhinelander. They have a Menards and a Home Depot. So you get to choose your building supplies at one of two locations. They have every single car dealership. So they have an airport as well. So like all of those sorts of things make it a place that people are going to go to because you don't have those anywhere else. And Rhinelander's an hour away. The other places are 3. You know, like otherwise, growing up living in Rhinelander, if I wanted to go on a flight, I had to go to Minneapolis. So like, that's a long ways. Like, that's not close. So yeah, you just look up Rhinelander, Platteville, German. Rhinelander is definitely, it might sound like they named it after the Rhineland in Germany. They named it after a railroad guy to try to get the railroad to come to town. And his last name was Rhinelander. The nearest airport is 20 minutes. Mine is about the same. And the funny thing is, I never actually flew out of Rhinelander because it's way too expensive. Because it's really kind of just a tourist airport, too expensive for locals to use. I knew one person. The entire time I lived there, I think I knew one person who flew out of there, and it was because her mom worked at the airport and she got sweet deals on flights. Outside of that, didn't know a soul that used it. Super sad. We ended up driving 3 hours to get to the airport. We have one in town. Phoenix Sky Harbor, best airport. It's fine. Vainglorious. You have an airport and it is sad. Only small airplanes have to drive over an hour to get to a real airport. Little Rock. I mean, ours isn't dissimilar. I feel like with Madison, half the time when I fly out of Madison, I end up flying to O'Hare and then like doing this crazy mad dash across O'Hare to get to where I need to go. But it's so much more convenient. Like driving to O'Hare is miserable. I don't want to take a megabus. It's all students. The train is so wildly inconvenient for Madison because we don't have a train in town. We have to go to a small town, 30 minutes northeast of here. So yeah, there's not a lot of good options, unfortunately. So it's very similar. But so I'll take that puddle jumper any day though, instead of driving through Chicago to get to the airport. Although they're very uncomfortable flights. Makes me uneasy. Fear the Hodag? Yes, I graduated a Hodag. Every time I'm in Madison and I see someone with a Hodag in the back of their car, I just wonder, do I know you? Chances are good. And if I don't know you, I probably know someone that you're related to. Or more likely, it's like when I confronted someone. Confronted's the wrong word. I didn't confront somebody. I approached somebody about a Hodag on the back of their car. And they said, oh yeah, no, we just like the way it looks. We actually have a cabin in Minocqua. We think the Hodag's pretty cool. That's like, cool. My sister and my family is still, still in that area. But, Define Hodag? Hodag is basically a little monster that was made up by lumberjacks to scare their children out of going in the woods. So it looks like a little dinosaur. And the whole point was just to keep the kids out of the woods. But I mean, it kind of makes sense. The woods around there are pretty dense. It's ominous. I mean, how else do you keep the kids out of the woods when there's nothing else to do? I mean, it's a small town. I mean, when I was growing up there, that's what we would do. Like, we would just go in the woods and do bad things. Like you box your friends around a campfire in the woods because there's nothing else to do there. There's only so many movies that one can see at the movie theater. And you have to have money to do that. You know what's free though? Going in the woods and doing bad things. Q, good to see you in here, buddy. Seabird, I can always fly with you. You fly general aviation as a hobby. No peanuts in the bathroom. No peanuts, no bathroom. I am both intrigued by the idea of that and also terrified. The idea of flying an aircraft in general, I just find to be just fascinating. You gotta be perfect. Like as a driver, I have not been perfect. As a cyclist, I've not been perfect. I've made many mistakes, especially as I was learning. I was an absolute terrible driver. And part of that I blame on Rhinelander, actually, having just horrendous weather most of the year. Rhinelander is like, it's a swamp, and it's either absolutely frigid or mosquito hell. Outside of that, a great place. And it was a lot of good people there. But in the winter, driving in the winter, learning to drive there was a terrible experience. And because of the bad weather constantly, and the bad weather and the bad roads and the roads that were not maintained in the winter because it's expensive, and a losing battle. Hydroplaning in the summer, hitting things in the winter. It's just kind of a way of life there. It was not fun. So as a pilot, you can't afford that. Like you can't ever have a problem. It's crazy and awesome. You can do that. Damn, that's impressive. You really need to go out to my local flight school and experience a flight. They'll let you take the controls as well. It's a bug once you feel the freedom to move. Oh, man. You know, my brother-in-law, his dad does general aviation. That would be the way to do it. Like if I've ever got an in, it's to bug my brother-in-law and see if I could head out with them at some point. I think his dad was a pilot in the Air Force, and the bug never left him. Like I think that's why he does general aviation now, because of that experience. Because after you're out, like how do you get to do it again? Other than that, otherwise becoming a commercial pilot. Do it and make a video. That's what the second channel's for. And I've been not doing anything with it. I need to do something more with it. I do have another video coming out soon on that one because the office is finally done. And I think the construction noise is done too. Which also means that Master Plan Music's live streaming channel can come back. Sky Planner flies. Well, there's already a Skylines YouTuber that's a pilot. I couldn't step on their toes. I couldn't do it. So now I can't. Now I just can't do it. I can't even think of one of the pilot builds. City Planner Planes. That's City Planner Planes is my channel for Flight Sim. I should just like get super into flight sims. I do enjoy them. Make a whole flight sim setup. That'd be fun. You recommend watching the Blanc Rio channel on YouTube? He's an airline pilot that analyzes aviation accidents and safety issues. There are lots of good safety principles that can be applied to everyday life. Hold on. I'm going to actually copy that message and I'll look it up. So thank you. Anyone else who wants to look? There it is. So thank you. I will look that up. It'll be good. And you can't see it because it's behind me. There it is. Flight sims could be a huge money pit. Do drugs instead, cheaper. I've seen between that and racing setups, the stuff that people do. I don't think I'll ever do it myself, but part of me just wants to experience someone else's setup because they're so impressive. And I find that, it's kind of like rail fans. I'm not ever gonna be a rail guy. I know that. Not in the way that some rail guys are. I respect and appreciate it. I like to watch a good train. But sitting around someone and like listening to them who has that level of passion about anything is just infectious. And you just want to absorb that. It's a zest for life. That's just a joy to be around, in my opinion. Have I been to Banff? No, I have not. Banff? I have not. What is that? Is that a city? Infectious coming from you is rich, sir. I have passions. I have many of them. But I don't know that it's as infectious as some other people's. I will look it up quickly right now. I'll take a quick break. So here's where I admit I have never been to Canada. I need to go to Canada. I was supposed to go to Canada and it just didn't happen yet. So no, I have not been to Canada. I've not been to this park. So it looks like it must have absolutely breathtaking views though. So I need to go to Canada. Looks awesome. Canada just has some breathtaking places, and that's one of the reasons I need to go. That, and you know, every Canadian I talk to on here and every Canadian I've ever met has been delightful. I assume that there are not delightful Canadians, but I haven't met one yet. Makes you want to go hunting? That's another thing. I wish I've been around hunters my whole life. I live in a place where I received an engraved, I mean, it is the US after all. I received an engraved rifle when I turned 10 with my name on it and an invitation to go hunting. And I just kind of never really a hunting guy. I know, surprise, surprise. One of those things where I said, I appreciate the thought. It's not for me though. That's so American it hurts. Yeah. I think I just looked at it and I was like, oh, thank you, Grandpa. I think I'm the first person in my family, the first male that was just like not super into guns. Not for me. Your claim to fame is having fired an M1 Gerard. What is that? Is that like a historic gun? It shows exactly my level of knowledge. World War I gun. Ah. So I'm the guy who like really enjoyed Call of Duty back in the day and like didn't know what any of the guns were. Never memorized, you know, the best guns. Just like enjoyed going online and being the guy that got lit up by everyone else. So you guys probably enjoyed playing against me because I just got destroyed. I upped your kill count. You like guns, but you're the first in your family to not go into the military? That's the other thing. Like up until like my uncle, my grandpa, all in the military, but I'm like, I thought about enlisting. My dad wouldn't sign the paperwork. He was like, yo, like it was really like rough times though. I mean, it was like 9/11 happened when I was a sophomore in high school. So me going up and talking to the Marines at junior year, like freaked out my dad. Like he was like, not into that. You're not doing that. You're not the guy that survives that. You'll be eaten alive. So that didn't happen for me. Otherwise I would not have been a planner. I would have been in the military. You almost did the same, but your dad said, wait, Rock Lobster? My dad didn't even wait. He like yelled at the recruiter. Like the recruiter came to the door one day. He like yelled at him. He's like, get out of here. Like, nope, no more. Which I have friends who are in the military and they were like very unhappy about that. And understandably so. I do think like when they were talking to me and I tried to explain it to my dad, they were talking about like IT stuff. And I was like, I could do IT in the military. That sounds good to me. I don't know if that's what I would have actually been doing, but that was what they sold me on that and evading speeding tickets, which I also don't think was probably something that I could have actually done. You were an Army engineer. So were you in the Army Corps of Engineers? And how was it? Here you care about cars and soccer. You're the only man who doesn't like either of them. Your great uncle was in an Army artillery spotter in Pacific Theater of World War II. Received the Silver Star for service. It's awesome. Your eyesight was so bad the Army recruiter actually laughed at you for showing up. I had a roommate who he wanted to be in the Air Force. He ended up being in the Air Force, but his dream was to be a pilot, and he had very similar situation. They were like, no, your eyes are too bad. He ended up becoming a mechanic, I believe. Not quite as glamorous, but still, I think he was very proud of being able to do that. You don't like cars or sports? Something nefarious? You just like your shows and video games? I like sports a lot. Cars. I like electric cars, which I think makes me a weirdo. You want to be a fighter pilot? They said nope because of your vision, Vainglorious. You gotta have like perfect vision for that. What do I think about building less car-centric solar punk cities? In game or in the real world? The real question. In the real world, might not. I mean, car-centric, sure. Solar punk, I don't know. Some electric cars are really nice. They're really. My problem with electric cars is they're too fun to drive. I think that I've talked to some people who are really anti-electric car, and then you drive one, and it's like, oh, actually, that's pretty fun. And that my fear is that they're too fun. They're too fun. People drive them like they're that fun, and they don't want to not drive because they're so fun. I think I hit the entire island with the smoothie, with the exception of a couple of these areas. You're never going to be able to drive? Why is that, QZ? You don't want to? A lot of people don't want to, and that's okay. Oh, epilepsy? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. That it's one thing if it's a choice. It's definitely different if you can't. I've only known one person with epilepsy, and I know that he was very unhappy about not being able to drive. From my hometown as well. At least, I mean, you're in a city that's big enough. You've got options. But man, being in a city that has even more, that also makes you the ideal person to be an advocate. Like, if you can do whatever you want, but I will tell you, it is super powerful to have people speaking up for transit for whom like it's not just like I like transit, it's like I need transit. Like I need options. I need the ability to take these other forms of transportation. It's not just like I like it. Some of the most powerful and compelling speakers to that I've ever seen are people who must have it. You like trams, but you wish they were cheaper? They are in the long term. It's just hard to convince people of that up front. Anything that lasts that long is going to be cheaper. It's, you know, it's getting people to that point though. I appreciate you, Vainglorious. Brandon, appreciate you always. All of your family who served in the military said it's the best and worst time you'll ever have. Yeah, I mean, so my grandpa talked a lot about it. Though I did not join the military, one of the reasons I got into public service generally is that my grandpa, he didn't much care whether or not I joined the military, but he told me like, he always spoke positively about public service. And, you know, like he basically said, especially as a black male, during the time that he was, you know, a public servant, it's like the one place where you weren't discriminated at all. You were judged by the work you put in. And as a result, you know, like he worked at a prison for a long time. He worked at a county nursing home for a long time. And he's able to rise through the ranks and do really well and support his family and, you know, build a home. And, you know, like, so like that made a strong impression on me. Like, serve your community will do right by you. You can make the place you live a better place, a place that you're proud of, do work that is meaningful. That spoke to me. That is a big part of the reason why I got into it. What do I drive? Well, if I tell you, then you'll find me in Madison. Mustang Mach-E. Mustang Mach-E. And love it. Highly recommend it. And they depreciate really quickly. So you could buy one for much cheaper than they're sold for new. An imposter Mustang. They are the proper Mustangs. Someone that lives very close to me has a real Mustang, like across the street, and definitely it makes for some awkward stares. I'm definitely the only person in Madison with a Mustang Mach-E. No, there's so many electric cars in Madison. Like, we are a major market for them. We were a gigantic market for Tesla for a long time. Not so much anymore. We actually Madison had a fully electric taxi company. It was something that we were very, very proud of. And then it went under. Very unfortunate. Uber and Lyft did it in. You like the Corvette SUV in development? Makes you physically ill to think of it. What advice do I have for someone looking to get involved in local government? Look at your city's website. They will often have a boards and commissions page. And on that page, they will often have, like, if you've ever wondered how someone gets on like the Transportation Commission or, you know, whatever commissions your city has, they probably have just like a Google sheet that you can add your name to, your information, and just like get added to the commission. It's not that hard. They're constantly looking for people, and they especially like diversity in viewpoints and opinions. So like whether that is like living in a part of town that most people on the commissions aren't in, or just like having a unique perspective, working different hours, you know, whatever whatever makes you different than the other people that are currently doing it, your age, if you're a young person, like having someone who is not, gray haired is amazing. So like all of those different things will get you noticed and likely get you involved. But just understand that it also is a big time commitment, all of it. Ford doesn't have a deep roster of cars that they have car names that they could pull from. Yeah, I know. Listen, I will be the first to admit that naming the Mustang Mach-E was a dumb choice. It was a dumb choice. My wife doesn't even like to call it that. She calls it the Mach-E. So I get it. I get it. I think it was a marketing decision that wasn't genius, but someone thought it was. They're like, we just made such an interesting call. How do I feel about Tesla vandalism? Oh, I feel like it's terrible. Listen, most people who have Teslas purchase them. I think I've said this. I had a Tesla back in the day. I bought a Tesla before the tax credit ran out. We were in the market for a car. I got a good trade-in amount for the car that we had. I had a Mazda, and I traded the Mazda in for the Model 3. So we got a huge trade-in credit. We got $7,500 back when that was about to expire, and we had it through the pandemic, and it was a wonderful vehicle outside of the build quality. But the people who got them, they got the vehicle because they wanted to not have a gas car, or they thought it was better for the environment, or they wanted to support a new technology, or all of the above. They didn't want to make a political statement, most of the people. So I will readily admit, I saw the tea leaves. I didn't get the Mach-E that long ago. I saw the tea leaves, and I did not want my car to be a political statement. I just wanted to have a car. I just need a vehicle to drop my kids off at ballet and dance, and take my kid to school. I don't want it to be lit on fire and, a swastika carved into it. So I saw it coming, and before a lot of other people just said, I'm going to look and see what's out there. And I got rid of it. And I feel very fortunate to have made that decision, because seeing that happen really sucks. So yeah, I think anyone who decides to carve or vandalize or whatever someone else's vehicle or property generally is a scumbag. Also, I think that it sucks. As a technology, I think that electric cars are very important. I've been very open about my feelings about the owner, the largest shareholder of Tesla. He's a piece of garbage. So I don't know. Sucks. Get a Lucid Air. That's a very expensive car. That's like, get a Rivian. Rivians are very expensive as well. That's the problem, is like the Model 3 was the first affordable Tesla, the first affordable EV outside of like a Bolt, which I like the Bolt. It's just very, it's not attractive. But that small Rivian's coming. Oh, me too. I'm not afraid to admit that the moment that I saw the new Rivian, and they put the pre-order thing in, that we drop your $100 and like think about it, I wanted to be in line. I put $100 down, and I was like, we'll see what happens. Will I get a new Rivian? I don't know. But I would like for us to go down to a one-car household. We currently have two. If we could have one vehicle and share it, and it'd be very nice and perfect for a long trip. If we can make it to central Wisconsin, I don't need two vehicles. I don't care that much. We don't need two. That small Rivian's under 45 for sure. And if there's a tax credit, even better. Even better. Vandalism is wrong and a crime. Sucks that you have to worry about that because of your company's public appearance. Well, here's the thing. That's exactly why I don't understand personally why or how a public company would be okay with their CEO taking that political a stance. It's one thing working with whatever administration's in power. It's another to be the CEO of a company and a special government employee. It's absolutely stupid. It's the number of conflicts of interest. Like, I just think about, I had to disclose, just working for the city of Madison, I had to disclose that my wife's family had a farm. I had to disclose all the stocks that I had owned, that if they were above $250, I had to go through and disclose all of that because I was a public employee and like wouldn't want to abuse my position as the transportation planner of the city of Madison, in any particular way. What would I even do, with my modest stock holdings, as a transportation planner in Madison? What am I gonna do with my relationship to my wife's family and their farm? But it was a requirement that I divulge those, and if the relationship could be problematic, to end it, to get rid of those stocks, to not have my job if there was a conflict between my wife's family's businesses and what I was doing. So that's the level of scrutiny that I had as just a random planner for the city of Madison. Yet at the federal level, totally fine that you have a bunch of federal contracts. Totally fine that you are just like unceremoniously firing people that happen to provide oversight of your businesses. It's absolute madness. It's insanity. So as somebody who's worked in the public sector, that really pisses me off. Really, really pisses me off. Less politics, more Google Earth. I won't talk about Elon anymore. That guy just bothers me. He's a terrible person. Rules for me, but not for me. It's very frustrating. But here's the thing. I actually think it was very fair for me to need to disclose all of that. I think as a public employee, it's important that you don't have the appearance, not just like not having conflicts, but not having the appearance of conflicts. Because as a public employee, it's important that the public trusts you. Like, they may not like you, they might not like the job that you're doing, but it's important that they trust you. And I think that is the big thing. And like, just in general, I think across the whole world right now, that is something that governments at all levels are struggling with. And, that sort of thing, like, that's the problem that we have. That's where I'll end it. That's where I'll stop talking about that. Trees. Trees. I said that we're going to plant some trees, and we're going to in just a moment, I think. I've made a couple of pads. I think I want to work on this one right here. Anything beyond this, I think you guys are on your own in terms of buildable areas. I've given you enough. And now you can make your own. QZ talked about making his own. Just one tree. I'll give you one tree, and just to get Ocarina of Time, it's a palm tree. just one. Palm tree right on the inlet, right in the center of the road. That's what I'll do. I'll just do the inlet, a roundabout at the end, palm tree in the center. Make fun about it. If I could do that. We can't resize things. That's one of the few things that we can't do with mods right now. Resizing things. Once we have that, we've got it made. Well, that actually, Bob. Oh, I miss Bob. We had Bob. We'd have it. That network multi-tool. Okay, there are a few different things. I've given you enough. Yes, Seabird, exactly. You get it. Ash Sparks, thank you for becoming an associate planner on YouTube. Bong Bust, thank you for the prime. 2 CPB streams that are on Indeed. Anthony, thank you for becoming an associate planner on YouTube. Little Jacob, thank you for the prime. Warehouse Goblin, thank you for the prime. Rux _ I got you before, but I'll get you again. Thank you again for 10 months. Get a single flower in a random location. Honestly, I should sneak an Easter egg. Oh, guys. I'm going to sneak a really stupid Easter egg on here as a tiebreaker. So I won't do this on stream, but I'll sneak it in. And when you submit, the tiebreaker will be that question. It'll be a question about it. And if you answer the question right, you'll make it through. Just a tiny Verde Beach Highway hidden sign hidden somewhere. It'll be something really small. Hidden somewhere. But if you were here, you will have heard it. You will know to look. You'll know to look first. I'll leave it in the description on Paradox Mods. I'm not going to be a total jerk. Late night stream, indeed. Impromptu stream. Mostly, we're mostly streaming because I decided to remove all the streams and completely redo the map and start completely fresh. But come on, guys, for real. This map is about 1,000 times better than the one from yesterday. Can we all agree on that little fact right there? You're suddenly reminded of how, as a kid, you used to get huge rolls of butch paper and roll down the highway at home and draw endless cityscapes on it. Did I do similar? No. I wish that I would have been that kid. What got me into my work was, I mean, I played a lot of SimCity. My drawing cityscapes. I mean, I grew up in a small town, so the concepts of a city were very foreign to me. The idea of anything developing in my town fascinated me, though. So I would ask a lot of questions about the history of my town. Moving to LA is what really got me into planning. Being in a big city and just like wondering its history, wondering why people couldn't live closer to where they work. Those sorts of land use questions. That's what got me into it. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was a save reminder. Just like last night. We're going stupid. We're not saving. And here's the thing. This looks super sick right now. I'm super into this. I went from being embarrassed of the map to thinking that this is going to be a really fun map to play on. Like, I'm really looking forward to seeing what people come up with at this point. I'm going to spray just a couple of... Actually, hold on. I'm not going to do all the trees. And I gotta start with a road. I don't think that this is the right one. I want the bi-directional. Yeah, that's single direction. Guys, I'm missing it. It's a very nice hilly map. Thank you. Thank you. Why am I missing it, guys? Ah, right there. Highway, two-way, 2 lanes. No aqueduct. Okay, QZ. I want you to hold that thought. Don't let me forget it. There's no aqueduct, but there will be the stream. We've got to add the stream right here. It's been a long time, but your time is finally here, Olivia. Well, thank you for being here. So now I'm just trying to figure out how we enter this area. I don't want to lead you guys too much. So if I were building this map, this for me, I think I'd probably come in right here and then ring this road all the way along here and then cut through right here. Now we have a road in to where our harbor is. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to give you guys too much. Do it how I would. I don't want to. The main reason I don't want to do that is I want you guys to tell the story of the map. You don't need me to do that. That was exactly your plan? Gosh, it is the right plan. You're right. QZ. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Gary. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the gifted subs. Anyone, I don't want to chase you guys away, but anyone who just anyone who just got a Prime membership, anyone who is just got a gifted sub, anyone who's associate planner on YouTube, if you're on Twitch, go to Discord, and I've uploaded the next Saguna Beach to Vimeo. If you're on YouTube, you just watch it there. And it's going to be live for everyone at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So yeah, Gary and Lenny are they duking it out at the top of the leaderboard? You like the new Saguna Beach video? Well, listen, that one gets highlighted. I have very much enjoyed putting it together. A lot of people are going to dislike it. It's so I have a feeling when I approach certain topics, I get a lot of dislikes. I think that this video is going to have a lot of dislikes. But also, it's a good video. It's a good video. It's a solid video. The new build is great, but if it were to catch fire, you're not in a hurry to call 911. Beautiful mess of concrete. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta build builds that are real and ugly. And that's what they've got to be. And it's okay. We can't take ourselves too seriously. And if anything, this build is me not taking myself too seriously. Hopefully. You know, I heard Poplar Ponderosa talk about tunnels and how tunnels don't need to look great. They just need to be functional. That was streamed last night. And I think I like Poplar's mentality. Tunnels in this game make me want to swear. All of the swear words. Wait. Why, my friend, are we gonna do this? No, I'm not. I can't do it. I want to have Poplar's mentality about it, but I can't do it. Yes, that's a perfect in that final building in the new video. If you do what I did, I don't want to talk too much about the new video because I don't want to ruin it for people. But I feel like if you allow yourself to do things that the game doesn't want you to do, and you just let yourself get away with it, it's a lot more fun. Oh my goodness. That's even worse. I didn't think it was possible to get worse, but that was worse. Okay. We're just gonna keep doing this until it works. I hear that someone made a video about this and they had it down to an art. And then they forgot how to do it. Please don't tell me that I have to go watch my own video and figure out how to do this. Oh, I remember. Maybe that was it. We'll actually build the tunnel. We'll go underground and then pop it up. Oh, yeah. Wait. Is the sound off? What sound? The game audio? No. Unless. Nope. Should be working. It must not have audio in the editor. I don't know. Oh, it's just on your end. Okay. Okay, we're good. I'm gonna consider this good enough. This is not my favorite tunnel in the world, but I think it's gonna work. This is a tunnel that you can work with. Good. This is the best I've got. It's just so stubby. I feel like it needs to be just like twice as long. But reasonably, everyone in the world wouldn't come through an underground tunnel to get to the island anyway. So maybe we could forgive a little bit of shenanigans here and call it fine. No bugs. No bugs at all. Tunnels are perfect. Okay. So now we'll find the best way into town. Just need to stay underground and not pop up. Okay. This is where everyone likes to come from. There we go. Outside connection has been made. I'm inclined not to do train and let you guys worry about that on your own. If you want to add trains to this, fine. How much would this tunnel cost in real life? The infinite tunnel? We'll consider this the English Channel. How much was the English Channel tunnel? That's we just have to ask the English and French. They'll know the cost of the tunnel. Look up the Bobby Hopper Tunnel. It's a wall with a hole in the side of a hill. You drive through it every time. You take your cat to their specialist. It's a wall with a hole in the side of a hill. That... Hold on. I want to see. I want to see. You know what? This... Honestly... I have a terrible view right now, but that looks pretty similar. It's not all that different than what we just built, except that the one that we built is obviously going under the ocean. Yeah, there we go. That's a tunnel. I like it. So I feel good about it. I feel good about it. This is workable. Now if I could just not screw up the rest of it. Nice tunnel, 7 out of 10. Okay. Wasabi, what is a good, in your mind, what is a good tunnel score? Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna ground it. Have I been to a tunnel going under the Chesapeake Bay? Have I ever been? No. But that's more of a I haven't been that far east in the US thing. I've been east, but it's only in the south. Best tunnel is the train tunnel. They are pretty good. I think I'm going to add key walls to the side of this, and we'll use Move It to fix this. Thank you, Q. That's going to be a future thing. I'm just going to get the path to where I need it to be, which is going to be... Okay. Give myself a little guide. Actually, I'll come back over here. And ideally, I think I would have some tunnels to shorten the distance here, but they're so impossible to work with that we'll just do a couple of kind of unreasonable things. The East Coast has all the nice tunnels. Well, so does California, to be fair. And I've seen a couple of nice tunnels in my day there. I don't feel like we have all that many in Wisconsin. When we have a problem, we blast things away and then we smooth it out. Who'da thunk it? You have been in a bridge tunnel going across the James River. The actual tunnel part isn't scary, but it was scary going over the bridge over open water. Yeah, those kinds of bridges can be pretty scary. Also, super cool feats of engineering. When you see stuff like that, it's like, man, the things that we've done to tame the terrain and navigate the world. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. What are my thoughts on Appleton, Wisconsin? Appleton, Wisconsin was named the city with the best town in America in 2010, maybe, by the American Planning Association. Appleton is wonderful. I went to a planning conference in Appleton. Loved it. Wonderful, wonderful community. And a very progressive planning culture that I very much respect. I know a lot of planners there. Good people. Okay. Go underwater in a couple spots here. No worries. Control H it up. That's the stuff right there, guys. I feel like this would be a super cool drive and also terrifying. What do you guys think? Should I key the entire side of this? Or should I just leave it for you guys? It would be a very pretty drive, big boy. Leave it. Leave it as is. All right. I'll bite. You guys can do what you want to it. I'm not gonna, and I will not smooth the sides as much as every fiber of my being wants to smooth the sides. I will not do it. I will fight the urge. I'm really looking forward to the person who comes through and just smooths the entire map out just to troll me. No curves at all on this anymore. It's just a big hill. Cliffs are pretty realistic. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to blast to make this work for sure. The one thing we'll get rid of that. And then I'm gonna modify the tile. I'm gonna get rid of, I think, we haven't done resources yet or anything like that, which we're not going to today. But I'm going to probably make this one big tile. We're gonna crash a whole bunch. I'll probably do that on my own. I'll crash about 100 times during that process. Making tile modifications is brutal. Absolutely brutal. It's the worst thing about the editor. And also it's also the coolest thing about making maps in Skylines 2 is that you have that ability. So it's a super bummer that right now that's one of the things that doesn't work very well. So I'm not gonna, I'll subject you guys to a lot of things, but I'm not gonna make it deal with that. It's miserable. Anyone who's made a map can attest to that too. Enjoy the emote. I didn't even notice you guys were all emote only up. The little pond is gone now. I destroyed it. Save? I will in a second. On the nerdy side, I'm gonna roll the dice a little bit longer because I'm a fool. I'm gonna try to get the road over here. Once I get it teed into this area, I'm done. And then I leave it to you guys. pretty good. I get it down the hill for you, and then we'll call it. We'll call it on the road building. Okay, and now the last thing. The roundabouts. Whoa, what is that? That looks horrendous. And I can't change it. Oh. I do not. That looks. Okay. I don't. That is crazy. They all look like that. All the trees. Sometimes in the editor, you just feel like you're about to do something that's a problem. I wanted the trees there because of our conversation earlier. I am gonna break the game if I do that. So instead, there. Beautiful. Perfect. That is the start. That is the start. There we go. Biblically accurate tree. Instead, you got potted plant. Listen, I can't do tree, but I'll do one potted plant. Actually. Oh, I don't know if this is going to be a bad thing if I do this. We'll need to test this to see if this vanilla, if we can do this. Oh. Oh, chat. I was warned. You guys told me to save on the nerdy side. Oh, yeah, Harbor Master J. Oh, yes. I pushed it. I saw the trees. It was stupid. It was so stupid. Siebert, thank you for the biddies. You don't need to do that. That feels like pity. You know what? Here's the thing. I earned that. It's okay. We saved not too long before that, I think. Good night. I will get some rest. I just want to see how much we lost. I've got to get the road back. I think that's... I'll get the road back. I'll plant a tree to say that I did. Just before the roads. Do I have to redo the tunnel? Oh, gosh. That sucks. I was so pleased with it. Am I using a slimmed down playset when making these? Yeah, I have the Segunda Beach playset, so I don't really have many mods at all. No assets. It's just move it. I don't even have road builder or anything like that. It's, you know, not very much of anything. It makes you feel better when even I have issues with crashing. Well, the editor is hardcore beta. Mr. Blunny, thank you so much for the super chat. Good morning from your sister city of Madison, Alabama. Earlier this evening, your Rocket City Trash Pandas 4, the Peninsula Blue Wahoos. 2, away game in Florida. Awesome season yet. Congratulations to the Trash Pandas. Matthew, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Don't even want to look. Don't even want to look. Well, for anyone tuning in just now, it's not that much work. The road itself was fine. It's the tunnel. The tunnel took a long time because tunnels are hard in skylines. And it does tunnel things. Tunnel things like you can see right here, half of the side is not there. I wonder, can I get lucky? Oh, no. I thought this looked better than the other one. It's way worse. It's way worse. Good night, QZ. QZ. We can rebuild and make it better. We can. This is not it. QZ, sleep well. Thank you for being here, buddy. Thank you for showing up to the impromptu stream. I think we're gonna get this. And then I'm going to call it because I am probably at the point where like we've made a lot of great progress. What comes next is a lot of failing. You guys feel it. I feel it. This is the last stream on is this the last stream? I don't know. Maybe I'll let you guys decide. Do you guys want me to, I could finish this on stream. We're getting very close. There's not a lot left to do. So if you guys are enjoying the I stream randomly thing, we could do that. JD, have a good night, man. Heading to bed. I'm gonna be. I don't want this to sound creepy. I'm gonna be right behind you. I'm not heading to, like, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Soon enough, I will be on the same trajectory. You got me. Thank you. It's late, man. It's late. Greetings, fellow beings. Journey. Hello. This is. We're not trying to turn this into that kind of stream or that, you know, we're not in the hot tubs category. We can't go there. The funny thing though, totally unrelated, YouTube has been patiently not been. I can't. For anyone who's joined on YouTube and you're like, why is he not talking to me? StreamerBot ran out of quota. It resets in 4 minutes, which really tells me that I need to go to bed. This is the tunnel out of town. We can't do a true island build where we have a harbor. Doesn't work. Harbor Master probably knows that as well as anyone. So as a result, we're faking it. And the faking it is we have this ugly little tunnel that we have to have. But it's fine. It's fine. And I think it's better than the last one. Although I'm ruining it and I can't fix it. The move it controls don't work. Oh, what am I doing? I'm doing bad things, guys. All sorts of bad things. I'm in the prefabs. I need to not be in prefabs. Okay. Good. There. Now we're good. Now we're good. I'm gonna stop. Island build kind of works. You just don't get private vehicles. Oh yeah. That's right. That's the big issue, and you can't even build the vehicle factory to get them to spawn because vehicles aren't technically real, correct? They're just like they're real, but they're not real. Vainglorious. Thank you for being here, buddy. Always a pleasure. And thank you. You hope Bridges and Ports DLC makes Island Starts doable? Yeah, that would be nice. I really think that it's one of those things that, like, if it doesn't, we need to keep harping on it. I personally think that Island Starts, and just the idea of being able to make a completely self-sufficient city is super fun. And right now, without this tunnel, it's just not doable. And that stinks. Okay. So now we do it again. And I'm going to start from the other end. Just like before. Gotta head out, Wasabi. Have a good night. Vehicles aren't real, they're government drones. You're onto something there. Let me tell you, when I was a government employee, that's what we did. That was what we were all about. We used government. All we did, actually, I did track you. That was a legitimate thing. Big data. Used big data to figure out where you were going, so we knew where to build roads. That was one of the things that I really enjoyed doing, actually. Good morning from the UK. Good morning, and soon to be goodbye. But we've got to finish this road. Impromptu stream. We built this road already, and then I decided to be dumb, and we lost this road. So for anyone who is who left and came back and is experiencing extreme deja vu, that's why we're doing this again. Got to finish the road again, PG, indeed. But it's going to be better this time. It was a fine road last time, and this time it's going to be the greatest road that I've ever constructed, or at least it'll be a tribute to that road, whatever that road might be. You'll stay on the stream till the road is done? Me too. That'll be how we fix it. That's super realistic. I'm actually kind of here for it being a little bit straighter. I think that'll... You would blast for that and be okay with it. The whole filling of the harbor thing, I'm not sure how that would go. Maybe. Just a bit of infill, indeed. Best streamer for real? It's Ray. Thank you so much, man. I don't know what I'm doing, but I try my best. And if you respect a dude just trying his best, I appreciate you. That's what we do around here. You could stay and stream for hours. You woke up 30 minutes ago? I'm sorry, PG. Although it is on VOD. It's not quite the same though. Can I get that? How'd you sleep? Hopefully you slept well, and hopefully I can sleep as well as you hopefully slept. You don't know what you're doing? King cooking at this in this? We'll see if you feel the same way after the video that releases. The next video is a controversial one, especially now that all of my European friends are getting here. I specifically apologize to you at the end of the next video for subjecting you to what I'm about to subject you to. I think it's the first time that I've specifically said, listen, my European friends, I'm sorry. I went a little bit hard on this one. Some of you might rage quit out of the video. We'll see. I need a beer to keep streaming longer. I mean, my Coke Zero's almost done now. You love the video? It's even nicer looking than reality with proper water treatment and lots of greenery. I had to give it lots of greenery because I did start to feel shame partway through. So, you know, when you start to feel that partway through your build, you know that you've got to do something to make yourself feel better. But in all reality, I really enjoyed the build. It was a lot of fun. We're making big parking lots. Need to grab some Crown Royal green apple. It must be earlier for you than it is for me. Or you're a night owl, which either way, I mean, that works. And respect to that. So I went out for dinner tonight, and I had a Tsingtao, a Chinese beer. My wife had a cocktail, and she suggested that I get one. And I don't drink a lot of cocktails. Should probably do more. 3 a.m. there. There you go. It's Saturday. You're good. Tsingtao, the people's beer. Indeed. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Where am I? I'm trying to remember how I got over there. I feel like I'm taking a much worse route than before. I am. So I think last time I turned around right here to get over. So I was elevating too much. So if I just do something like this. And I'm making the map. We'll fix that. I'm not overly concerned. Yeah. Was that even necessary? I think I destroyed this again. I am mulligan 3. I can't make this worse than before. Good morning from Europe. Good morning. Good morning. You didn't know there was a stream? I didn't either. Honestly, this is the first time that I just kind of sat down and was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stream. And if you want to hang out, then we can. If you don't, that's okay too. And it's been fun. It's been fun. Good morning from the Netherlands. I know On the nerdy side, there's no stream. Listen, there's only one rule in stream, and that's we don't talk about there being a stream. We don't want to let all the people in that weren't aware that there's going to be a stream. We all knew that. Everyone that's here right now knew there was going to be a stream, and we've got to keep it our little secret. I'm in the map editor. This is the competition map, and I'm trying my best to give you guys a reasonable starting road, and failing at it miserably. So this is the exact same problem, just like a little window into my video creation process. I will practice and build something perfectly as I'm like watching a YouTube video, and then I'll think to myself, I can make this again, and then I can never make it again. And it's all because rather than just like working to recreate rather than just like doing what feels right at the time, I'm trying to recreate something that felt right at that point in time. And it just never works as well. So I should just stop that. And just do what feels right now. Which we'll be making a little bit of our own topography. It'll be fun. Will this be another challenge? The challenge is going to be you have 2 weeks or a little bit over, depending on when I get this done, to make as beautiful a city as you can. That's it. That's the only challenge. It has to be a good-looking city. I want it to be somewhat functional. I want it to be just completely a diorama. But you'll have 2 weeks. There's going to be a modded version and an unmodded version. And whichever one you want to do, it's up to you. Whoever wins, don't care where you are, I'm going to send you a computer. We built computers on stream for it. So this has been a long time coming. And it's kind of just a thank you to the community in general. So they're not the fanciest computers in the world, but they are plenty good enough to play CS2 and have a good time at it. So yeah, that is what this map is about. It's the competition map for that. So I'm hoping, knock on wood, I will have this done by Friday. And then you can have next weekend to build, the following weekend as well, and then maybe the weekend after that. I gotta look at my calendar as well, and then make sure that I have enough. I also have to talk with Gary and Vainglorious to make sure that they are available to review. So yeah, what happens if Bridges and Ports releases in 2 weeks? Yeah, you'll be able to use it then. Will it release in 2 weeks? I have no idea. And even if I did, I couldn't tell you. So yeah, you have the ability to use whatever I have, basically. Whatever I have access to. So that will mean that, some people are clearly going to have access to more content, which is unfortunate, but the nature of the beast. I don't believe that having more content necessarily means that you're going to do better, though. And everyone has access to the region packs. So everyone's got a lot of content. Tooth Fairy time. Sabi, good luck. I am also. Don't tell my daughters. What is that? I'm not quite done, but I'm not losing it again. Yeah, say. That was a little too close for comfort. That was a little bit too close. That was me wanting to do one small thing. So you see how there's like this lump here? Just feel... I can't use page up and page down to modify this and move it. So that's like a limitation that I have. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Okay, that is better. And I can fix it. I made this much more complicated than it was the first time around. I don't know that makes it any better. It just is. Okay. For the sake of wasabi, I'm gonna be done. I think wasabi's done too, since wasabi's tooth fairying around. But for the sake of wasabi, if wasabi's still here, and I'm torturing wasabi into staying here all night, not being a good dad, all because of me. oh, as I screw things up. I'm trying to go fast, and apparently I'm breaking things instead. Oh, you felt that fear in your soul. I feel it in my bones. I feel it everywhere. Okay, let's just make sure. Oh, that's under sea level. That was in the other spot. Okay, that's good. Just see any other dips. Okay, good. I'll leave this to make Vainglorious happy. No, I will not. And you know what? Brandon's not here. Brandon loses the pond. There. Good enough. Now we just need to finish out strong with there we go. We got it. We saved. Don't forget the stream. Oh, QZ. You're going to remind me. I'm going to poll. Though. Okay, wasabi. No, I can't stay up any later. I'm going to get myself in trouble. I do have a commitment in the morning. But I'm going to poll you guys. One quick poll before we raid somebody. Do you want more map stream? Yes, no. If you say no, that's fine. I'm not offended. Basically, 1 minute, no cheating. If you don't, I'm just gonna finish it quickly. If yes, then you might see another one. No guarantees, but yes means maybe. I got 2 no's. Disappointed. I thought this would be more. More people are like, I really want you to, I want to see you do something that's not just like Smoothing the landscaping. You're watching at 12:30 a.m. on a Friday night. You think we'd say no? Zing, I did. By the way, Zing, did you notice? Did you notice? Do I have it labeled here? I don't know that I do. First song in the new video. I got you. I got you. That's a thank you for showing me the trick with the buildings. Thanks for all the content. Thank you, Warehouse Goblin. I'm lucky enough to be able to do this. Chusky, thank you for the prime. Jackals, thank you for the prime. You'll notice tomorrow. Do it. Check it out. It looks like we'll maybe have another map stream. I'll say there's a 70% chance that I'll stream in the next few days, and just and do this. 70%. That's what I like to. I'll set it at that. But until then, I think the map looks a ton better than it did yesterday. Mostly because it's a different map. For anyone, any of the, before we head out, any Europeans that are tuning in, we had all the streams and craziness. I didn't like the way it looked, so I redid the map. That's why we streamed tonight. All the streams are gone. All the aqueducts are gone. QZ wants a stream, and we're gonna put one right here. This is scaled down to half size. Perfect to put a little harbor right here. And it all fits nice and tidy within the building area, the buildable area. So now you can do whatever you want with the entire island. Elba is not a faithful recreation, but it's going to be a very playable one. It's not you want. No GeoGuessr. I gotta go. It's too late. But I promise that one of these days we're gonna have a gigantic GeoGuessr to make up for all the GeoGuessrs that I've been missing out on. Can't wait to build on it. It's gonna be a fun one, I think. I think this is gonna be a fun map to build on. And I've tried to create flat pads in here, which I generally don't do in my maps. But I've made them for you guys. So I'm giving you guys a couple of nods to places where you can build, and you can make your own if you'd like to as well. It's gonna be a fun map. Anyway, guys, I'm going to cut YouTube off. Sonar, you've been watching on YouTube? Love the late night stream? Thank you for being here. And thank you for anyone in YouTube. I apologize that StreamerBot wasn't working and I couldn't see you guys. Yes, Elliot, you're telling me that you've been watching the other live for 4 hours, exit the full screen, message a friend. See, I'm doing a lot. Yeah, I'm doing this live. I was, yeah. Water looks much better. Oh yeah, I didn't even, hold on. Let me show you that. I did 2 water spawn points, one on either side of the island. I made them larger. And without the world map on the outside, the water was much easier to normalize. It just all worked better. This whole thing, I made this portion of the map in 15 minutes. What took me hours, I took all those lessons and I made this in 15 minutes. It was wild. Wild. We will read. I'm gonna say goodbye to YouTube. Can we give hearts to YouTube? Bye YouTube. Wrong scene. Oh. Sorry. 2 water spawn points either side. Sorry guys. That's how I got this working. 2 water spawn points that are gigantic, 1 serving each side of the island. That was it. No problem. Bye YouTube. Bye-bye.